Welcome back, Jocelyn from KSG. We're doing some exploring today. So y'all know we bought this property and we've been down here about a year and a half now. Well, now our goal is kind of to find out what's growing natural on the property. So we have these. You go, yay, you're holding a big nut. These actually come from this vine. Okay? This is called a passion fruit or Maypop. This vine was clear up there on that tree. So as you can see from these little twirligigs right here, the vines actually grow and crawl and will grab onto things. And the fruit, here's the fruit. This is the wild apricot, or the Maypop as they call it. Now, I will attach a picture as we're making this video because of course it's fall right now, so I don't have the flowers. But the flower is actually a passion flower. So they do have a smell to them and they're gorgeous when you see them. You'll recognize it when I show you the picture. So again, as we're checking out our yard, this is a wild apricot or a Maypop or a passion flower. Lots of names for one plant, isn't it? Gets a little confusing. So you can actually eat these. So I did just pull these off. These are light green. When they were growing, when we found them, they were about this big. Okay, so they've grown bigger. These are not quite ripe. These, when they're ripe, turn like a light green to yellow orange, and they get a little wrinkly. Okay. Yeah. So what we're hoping to do with this is, if you can see, this is kind of in a culvert where we have it growing. They do like moist weather. They like it a little damper. They like to be protected from the wind because it is a vine. And what happens, I found out by doing a little research, the reason they're called a Maypop is this vine will die back, and in the spring it'll pop through the snow. Okay? Don't mind the dog back there. And the other thing, I want to try it out a little later, is when you step on them, they make a popping sound. So we'll have to try that out for their nickname of why they're called a Maypop. But we want to actually try planting these back along our back fence row. That might be a little trickier. The seeds, as we've been doing some studying, take a little time to harvest. You have to get the covering off the seed. You got to ferment them. Otherwise, as you see, we have a mess back here that the dog's going through. So we might have to dig a little harder. I just found another one. You see how much smaller that one is? You can tell that's not ripe. Too bad I pulled it, okay? But we would have to dig a lot harder to find the whole root ball to transplant it. So we're playing with ideas, learning this, so you guys kind of get learn along with us. So we'll be back in a little bit. We're going to take these wild apricots, cut them open, and see what they taste like. Research, we found out these not only can you eat the fruit, but the leaves, vines, and flowers have medicinal uses. They can be used to treat epilepsy, insomnia, and hysteria. Wow. That's kind of cool. So, let's cut this open and see what it tastes like. Alright, so I am back here in the backyard, taking one of these Maypops, cutting her open. Maybe. They're kind of, when you cut through it, it feels kind of soft and squishy like. Kind of cool. Alright. Woo! Juicy. And this is what it looks like on the inside. It kind of reminds me of a, what's it called? Pomegranate. See? But with the pomegranate, you have the fruit around. Oh no, the seeds, isn't it? Yeah. Hold on. Let me see what it tastes like. Kind of sweet. Kind of citrusy. But these seeds are weird. Sorry, that was kind of gross. The seeds are like in this little clear sack type thing, and it really sticks to you. I don't know if you can see that, but see how that seed is in that little like sack? It's kind of weird. Has a cool flavor. I don't know if I want to eat the seed. I'm not kind of a seed girl. You know, people who eat the sunflower seeds and eat the whole thing seed and whole and all. So that's kind of not me. But these are kind of cool. I'm kind of wondering if I can like blend it up and make it into something like seeds and all. But this is kind of cool. So this is a Maypop. Ooh, here's my other thing I wanted to do. You want to try it with me? Here, let's see if it's going to pop. Oh. I scared the dog. Kind of made the baby pop sound, didn't it? Joe is shaking his head behind the camera. But I had to try it. It's called a Maypop. Anyway, that's your Maypop, or your wild apricot, also called the passion fruit, passion flower. Well, the flower is called the passion flower. So again, I'll link that picture up. And if you guys want to know more about our experiments and our adventures as we're finding everything in our land, let us know. The next thing we're going to be trying out is some black walnuts. Never did them before, never tried them, but I love walnuts. And we actually have 3 black walnut trees on our property. So we'll see how this goes. Bye for now. Have a good one.